TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. It's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Cleveland Browns.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They come in riding high, just one loss in their last 7. Back to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now they try the right side here. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader. And quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing. And let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real. And it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And just shipped, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. With touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Jags have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator?
Yeah.
What he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
At their own 38-yard line.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He gets this underneath to Dobbins, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now a carry for Dobbins. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Ball carrier.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 16 carries, 81 yards.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play, and I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams, because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And just a net of 31 here, 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And right now they're in that number 2 spot. They would love to hold on to that, but obviously first things first. They want to clinch the division.
And that's what everyone plays for. Win your division first, guarantees you a spot in the playoffs, but still a nice spot to be in. Not as good as it was when the number 2 seed meant a first-round bye. That's all changed with the new playoff system, but still a nice spot to be in.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 3 catches, 92 yards.
Look, I know everybody wants to be number 1 in everything they do, but he's number 2 in the league in receiving yards. That's a strong number, a strong year, and they want that to continue.
An incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Right at midfield.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Jaguars 7, Browns 0.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They'll try and throw for it here. Buying time to his left. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. The big Vita Vea pushing his way through to wind up with a sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Roughing the passer, defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would
even
be?
know why they asked the sidewalk.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Makes this
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
at their own 25-yard line.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 11 yards there, first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Cleveland.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down.
Back at the 41-yard line.
Again, it's Burrow. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Donovan Peoples-Jones.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
What I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
The quarterback taken down and sacked.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Got his target, Samuel. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 3rd and 19, no problem as they're able to convert. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Eluding the pressure right. Taking a shot for Samuel. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Browns drive about to get started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety?
The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Browns. Able to power through. And he is all the way up past the 25.
Kaepernick's pass.
And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
On second down, Burrow. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 5. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. Now it's Burrow. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 43. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. On the move, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They will throw on first down with Burrow. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The first down pass. Intercepted.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. And it's the Colts on top as that one approaches halftime. 2 touchdown passes there for Jameis Winston. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. The Bears looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. In that game, all tied with the visiting Patriots. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Over 1st and 10.
The Browns defense getting ready. And they have been disruptive in the backfield. How often when we see this, as we look at some of these highlights, is it just better players getting in there versus scheme that is defeating the offense?
It's a great question, and I think oftentimes we rely on scheme. We fall back and say, well, the scheme broke down, rather than giving credit to the players making plays. But when the scheme does break down, you're looking at oftentimes just being overloaded. Too many guys coming from one side or one particular area, then you can actually block it. You know, if there's two.
And I think the ball's out. And this is picked up by the Browns.
Holding. Defense.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Burrow on play action. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. A good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Jaguars.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. To throw, it's Kaepernick. Completes it to Samuel. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Kaepernick to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Brandon, a lot of times you'll see running backs rotate in and out of the game, whether it's completed pass, a good run, it doesn't matter. Here, not only does he stay in, but they go right back to it, and he makes another nice play. Back-to-back catches.
The ball carrier.
On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell. On play action, it's Kaepernick. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 20-yard line.
They go play action with Burrow. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Number 14.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
1st down, Browns.
1st down, here's Burrow. That'll be caught by Cup. 7 yards the pick up there.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one may be his best yet.
They certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line.
Carried by number 28.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Here's Kaepernick. And he's got the hook up to Ruggs. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 15 yards on the play. First down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, and that's caught inside the 30.
Bring in the
and he
second
takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Henry Ruggs, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Their own 23-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
22-yard line.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off near the 26. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
2nd and goal.
And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Let's go, D. Big serious. Mike, 55.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Is good.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
It's so tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox.
Complete.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's third down.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. And they'll come out with a 3-tight-end look on the first play of the drive. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big fourth-quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost in forever. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 28.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
For Donovan.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Here's Burrow. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
It certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Vita Vea. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Got his connection complete to Ruggs. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the play. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Let's put that team on the clock. Mike, 55. Check, 55.
Burrow will throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And it's 3rd down.
Burrow on 3rd down. Over the middle, it's complete. And all the way down to the 26.
Complete to Donovan Peoples-Jones.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 15. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Complete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Watch safety 3.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 6.
Now a handoff looking right. He'll get this up awfully close to a 1st down, but by the looks of it, might be a yard shy.
Jewell on the tackle. A gain of 5 yards.
They'll try and run for it.
Down and 1.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
And the Browns getting set to go. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again.
Dobbins hit and he fumbles. And the Jags grab it. And some space here. And that might just submit it. A return for a late touchdown. Now Tucker to add the PAT. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
First down, Cleveland.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 38-yard line. And now here is another interception. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder what plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
At the 20-yard line.
So after the INT, it's Kaepernick. Caught by the tight end Ertz. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Brings up
second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Oh, Kaepernick's going to throw it. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Taking it about the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7.
50-yard line.
From midfield now, Burrow. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. And the ball is knocked out. And the Jags grab it. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jaguars, the win will be number 11 for them on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Browns, it's a rare misstep as they'll drop to 11-2 on the year. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.